So are we only going to play games from the 1001 games you must play before you die?
That's the plan.
Well, what if we wanted to play games that weren't on the list?
Well, I guess we'd need a completely different show.
And we're back. We were talking between the episodes here.
It's a thing we do. But when we stop an episode, we don't actually cease to exist. We continue to exist despite no longer being on YouTube.
Really, it could be argued that, like, in the same way that I'm pretty sure that the entire universe only started to exist when I was born, for you guys, when we're not here on the channel,
We cease to exist.
We're just gone forever.
Yep.
Until the next episode.
Yeah.
We just stop existing for the rest of the day.
We only exist for 20 to 40 minutes a day.
It's actually kind of a shitty life.
Yeah.
But we were talking, and I was relating a story about people and owing me money. But I've got a friend who...
You have friends?
No.
When did that happen?
I've got a person that I pay to hang around.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I have a couple of those too.
He wound up borrowing money from me so frequently that he created a song for it. Every time he needed to borrow money, he told me, I need some money, Dan. Skrilla, Skrilla, I need some Skrilla. My wallet's in Japan.
He actually took that's Mr. Roboto, right?
Yes.
He took Mr. Roboto and made it a song about needing to borrow money from you?
Yes.
Who was that?
That was
Okay.
You're not shocked.
I'm not shocked. I'm kind of impressed. Like, has had his fair share of clever things said in the past. That may be the best. Nice.
See, between episodes I had a word with my man-at-arms, and now he's getting shit done.
And now he's getting killed.
He is that as well.
You may want to throw a heal at him. You have that guy who does that thing where he puts your arm back on wrong.
Yeah, that is actually the plan.
Okay.
But it's not his turn yet. Aw, you couldn't have done one more damage?
That was pretty fucking close, though. I mean, at the same time, you gotta be happy that it was that close.
You resisted the bleed. Awesome.
Now I have Mr. Roboto stuck in my head.
I'm not sorry.
Why would you do that to me? Actually, that's not fair. That song's great.
So too will resistance.
So this one isn't a skirmish. What's this?
This one is Scout. I have to explore 90% of all the rooms.
Oh, okay. How many have you scouted so far?
So far I've scouted 6. There's 3 left, so I've got to scout this one and the next one, then I'll be done.
You know what is a minor irritation? It seems like every time we go to record, my nose gets all stuffy, so I always sound like I have a cold. Minor irritation, like I said.
Your life is hard.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yesterday, I had to go to work. What the fuck is that shit?
Maybe we should start a Patreon and have people pay us to do this.
Oh, I have mixed feelings about that. I really do.
About Patreon?
Yeah.
Yeah. It really depends on what you're doing and how much of dedication you're putting into it, but in some cases I feel like Patreon's a bit, I don't know.
Presumptuous?
A little bit, but I don't know. I guess it does depend.
I guess the way that I look at it is this. If there is actually someone out there,
Ooh.
was that a 1 to 10 heal for 1?
That was a 0 to 10 heal for 1.
Sweet. Jesus Christ!
I fucking love this guy. Can I get another one of him?
But what I was gonna say is, if we get to the point where there are actually... You're doing good.
What? I have to tell everybody. Between shows, I actually bribed the game.
You just started slapping bills against the monitor, being like, take this! Take it!
I started stuffing money in the disk drive.
Is that why it stopped working?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry about your disk drive.
Yeah, you can just buy me another one with the money you stuffed into it.
But if you take the money out, it might stop working.
That's true. What I was going to say is that if we do get to the point where there are actually enough people out there who want to see us do this, like, all the time, I guess that we'd do a Patreon, but I would never assume that we are good enough or cool enough that people should give us money.
We are good looking enough.
That's... okay. While I may or may not agree with that, they don't know what we look like. You can't hear handsome.
I beg to differ.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you just emit the sound of handsome at all times?
It's like, okay, are you aware of what actually causes people to think that buildings are haunted?
No.
Ghosts, clearly.
Oh,
No.
for fuck's sake.
There's actually
Son of a bitch.
there's a frequency that you can hear, but you don't consciously register that you've heard it.
Okay.
And when it actually is a frequency that when you hear it, causes you to be afraid.
Do you know what frequency it is?
I couldn't tell you. Look it up. That's the shit that you would know, like, that you would pay attention to, but it's just, there is something that, like, when the wind blows through, like, a crack in the wall in, like, this building or whatever,
Yeah.
it creates a sound that you hear but don't realize you're hearing, and it causes you to be afraid.
What would be interesting to find out is because, I mean, being that I work with sound all the time, I know off by heart what the range of human hearing is. It's not very hard to remember, though. It's from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. What I'd be interested to know is whether it's within that range or if it's outside, because teenagers, like, I'd say young teenagers, 12, 13, somewhere in there, can probably still hear all the way up to 20,000. I've recently tested my hearing. I can only hear now up to about 17,000, and 17,000 I can hear very faintly. But my question would be, is that a sound that some people can actually detect, or is it just far enough outside the human range of hearing that no one can actually hear it, they can just feel it?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But
What the fuck use are you?
Any area that's, like, you know, one of those, like, you know, a hot spot for ghosts or whatever, like the famously haunted places.
Yeah.
They've tested and they've detected that, like, it's actually got that frequency, or it's got that sound being made. So that's what happens with, like, you know, that's where hauntings come from, is there's an uneasy feeling being there because you're just afraid for no reason perceptively. That's how handsome we are.
Oh, we emit such a frequency that people upon hearing us are like, damn, they're handsome or haunted. I can't tell which.
We could really be either.
Okay, so what are you doing now?
Well, I'm now going to my blacksmith and my guild
Yep.
and seeing if I can. I don't have the deeds or the crests for
You
the
don't have the
guild.
D?
I don't have the D.
Oh.
But I upgraded my my guild, so anybody who's now level 1 or higher, I can actually upgrade their skills to make them do more damage or do whatever.
Man,
Heal more.
I couldn't even do that by the third dungeon.
You were very bad at this game. I don't know why I unlocked that. I did not want it.
Have you considered not unlocking things that you don't want?
That's the one I wanted. There we go. This is one that you didn't have that's super good. You know how sometimes you get surprised and then suddenly your tank's at the back of the party?
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah, Holy Lance. It moves him forward by 1 while also making an attack.
Oh, that's good. I can see where that would be useful in situations like the one that you literally just described.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. There are people out there who might not be listening all that closely. Now, I mean, they also have to rewind and listen to what you said. But now they know that something important had been said.
Was it really that important?
Probably not.
Oh, is my sanitarium open yet? Please be open. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I'll do better
Because
next time.
unfortunately, I got a debuff at the very end of that last dungeon on my fucking man-at-arms. Minus 5% damage on melee skills.
From now on, you can no longer call it debuff. It is debuff.
Is it shy debuff?
It is Shia debuff. By the way, a lot of people hate him. I have no feelings either way. However, did you see the green screen, like, motivational thing he did as part of that university project?
Is it the one where he keeps making that weird stance that looks like
Yeah.
he's like cupping his balls?
It was for like this. I only read about it briefly, and I don't have all the facts 100% straight when I say this now. But it was for like a university project where students had to put together a short film made in sections, and that was actually a scripted thing that he did for that project. So he's not just crazy.
He is also crazy, but he's not just crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. And the fact that people have now taken that, and because it's done on a green screen, made videos out of it is fucking amazing.
There was recently one for League of Legends.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I haven't actually heard what he says. I had to watch it without volume at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to go back and listen to that at some point in time.
He's
but
doing like a motivational thing like, that thing you want to do it! Don't wait! Like I said, it was a scripted thing. He's not just a lunatic.
I'm running a little low on cash.
On a scale from 1 to, oh fuck, I hate everything, how unhappy would you have been if they announced another Indiana Jones where he plays Indiana Jones? Or sorry, where he has taken over the mantle of Indiana Jones?
I don't know. Probably pretty unhappy. I'm of the few people who didn't think that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was a terrible movie.
No, I really liked it.
It's definitely in the top 3 Indiana Jones movies. But that's because in the top...
Temple of Doom is bad.
If you had the top 4 Indiana Jones movies, it'd be...
Number 3.
It'd be Raiders of the Lost Ark. Probably not in this order. It'd probably be actually...
I go back and
Crusade.
forth.
Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, some YouTube parody of Indiana Jones, and then Temple of Doom.
It's pretty bad. I'm not a big fan of Temple of Doom. I mean, I don't hate it. It's still an Indiana Jones film, so any Indiana Jones film is a film I'll watch. But no, it's definitely in last place.
Yeah. I've heard people talk about, like, there are different reasons why people don't like Crystal Skull.
Mm-hmm.
And it really always depends for me, because, like, some of the arguments I feel are silly. People are like, well, they made it all weird and about aliens and shit, as opposed to the last 3 movies that were about weird religions and pulling hearts out of chests and the actual Holy Grail. So that argument doesn't really hold weight for me, but some people just found it silly or not very good.
Well, and I understand that point of view, but the reason they did Aliens, and this is one of the things that I really liked about it... Sorry, I had a little burp inside me that I needed to get out of there. One of the things that I liked about it is they made it about the 50s, right? Mm-hmm. And what were the 50s about? The 50s were about greasers, they had that. Fucking the Red Threat, they had shitloads of that. And about fucking aliens. There was, like, alien hysteria and everything. Like, what happened with... I don't think that was the decade that the whole War of the Worlds thing happened. But monster movies and alien movies... America in the 1950s was obsessed with aliens. So for the movie to be about the Crystal Skull and aliens, I thought was perfect. But I feel like I'm the only one except for you, apparently. And while it was goofy and silly...
So was Indiana Jones throughout its entire history?
Well, if you look at Raiders and you look at Last Crusade, they do take themselves pretty seriously, which is one of the reasons that they're so great. They take something ridiculous and treat it like it's for real, which I love. But I didn't mind a silly Indiana Jones film. And I've heard for years now that they're working on a 5th one, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Probably after Harrison Ford's done with fucking the new Star Wars movie, which, oh my god.
See, I'll like a new, like, if they can manage to pull off episode 7, I'm going to be a happy man. But I am withholding judgment because everybody seems to be super pumped about it. But so far we've seen a special effects reel where at the end of it, Han Solo says, "We're home, Chewie."
First of all, it's Chewie, we're home.
Shut the fuck up.
Second of all, I'm too blinded by my fanboy love for Star Wars. Like, even if it sucked, I went and saw Phantom Menace on the day it came out at a matinee viewing. I left high school, I ran downtown, and caught the very first showing that day. It was me, my friend Nick, and one other dude in the theater. And that was me seeing Phantom Menace. And even after that, I walked out and I was like, it wasn't as good as I hoped it would be, but it was still Star Wars, so I still love it. Because I was blinded by my fanboy love for Star Wars.
And by the light.
Yes, I was blinded by the light, wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night. And no, nobody knows what that means.
I was wondering why you were wrapped up like a douche.
It's deuce, actually.
No.
It's wrapped up like a douche?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them no quarter.
Wrapped up like a douche, and the bag it came in.
I mean, if you gotta be wrapped up like something, I suppose... Oh, fuck, I forgot to switch my skills. If you gotta be wrapped up like something, I suppose it's not the worst thing you could be wrapped up like.
What would the worst thing it could be wrapped up like be?
I don't know.
Cancer? Wrapped up like cancer?
Wrapped up like cancer.
It was the worst thing that came to mind immediately.
Wrapped up specifically like some kind of prostate cancer, because then you're specifically wrapped in an anus.
Oh, that's a good point. Well done. I'd high-five you, but you're far away. We can still do it. That was the worst
Shitty
high five
high-five.
ever. Yeah. So what's in the book?
I'm getting some good stuff. Like, I am just stacking benefits. However, that one kind of sucks. That requires light to be low.
I mean, that still happens
again?
from time to time. What happened?
Slayer of the Unholy. I just got 2 good buffs. This is a run and a half right here.
So any second now the game will crash and you'll lose all your data?
Either that or any second now I'm going to fight some monster that instantly crits my entire party for like 50 hit points.
That would be disappointing.
Be a really climactic way to finish the episode, though.
It's true. Would you say climactic or anticlimactic?
I'd say if you fought some big monster that just instantly crits your party for huge damage, it's a pretty climactic finish. I mean, if it just instantly ends, that'd be pretty... Whoops.
Did you mean to do that?
No, I just stepped on that trap and then realized after I stepped on it what I'd done.
Oh. I think that I would respect any game that if you get, like, massively crit, like a 1 in 100 chance or something, or 1 in 1,000 chance, if you get crit and everyone in your party dies, it just rolls credits. Especially like this. Did you just finish the dungeon?
Yep, I just had to explore 90% of the rooms.
Oh, okay. So this is the last room?
No, there's one more room here.
I meant the room you're headed to.
Yes.
Okay. What was that?
That was a trap.
Oh, you disarmed it. Okay. It was a pretty exciting animation for something getting disarmed. I'm pretty sure they just could have put disarmed across the screen, and that would have been enough.
But yonder,
They could have just said, hooray, you're a winner.
Yeah. Not you're a winner, your winner. So, YOU_RE space winner. Exclamation mark. And then the game turned into Big Rigs Over the Road Racing.
I think it'd be even better if it was YORE.
YORE?
Like a winner from the days of yore.
Ah, yes. Welcome to the days of yore, where you winner.
Or maybe you won the days of yore. You're a yore winner.
How does one win a period of time?
With a time machine, that is too.
Oh, okay. Congratulations, you've won the Cretaceous period.
That'd be a sweet period of time to win.
I know.
Can I win the Cretaceous period? Oh, shit.
But, oh, it's not the...
It's not the tank.
I mean, it could be worse. It could have been the tank. If he's a tank, why doesn't he have treads or a gun?
You tried hard.
Thanks for coming out, kid. Get to the back of the bus.
Every time he uses that ability, I wonder if it's intended to be a pun or not.
What is it?
He just uses quarrel, like a crossbow quarrel, right?
Yeah.
But is he supposed to have a quarrel with me?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm not sure if it's intended to be a pun or not.
In a game like this, I would be surprised if there was ever a point in the development where they're like, should we put a joke in this part? I'm fairly certain that it would be one of those board meetings where he says something like, should we put a joke in this part? And the whole room slowly turns to look at him disapprovingly.
He'd be tossed out the window at the end of that, as per that comic.
They'd just be like, God damn it, Gary.
prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened.
We feel like you're not even, like your head's not in this game. Get your shit together. Gary has a sad existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wrote an entire backstory for him in my head. His wife left him, took the kids. He has his dog left, which he relies on, but he lives in a house that's mostly empty now and spends most of his nights just watching Netflix and drinking alone.
Have you considered getting a hobby?
Me?
Yes.
Why?
Because I feel like you've got too much time on your hands.
Well, to be fair, I did start a YouTube channel where I play video games with my brother. I have that kind of time on my hands. Did you get good things?
Yeah, I got 4 good things and kleptomaniac, which is kind of shitty sometimes.
All right, so with that, you want to call that the end of this episode?
I think so. People don't need to watch me do boring town shit.
Is that a sex thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
A hot sex thing.
a hot sex thing? All right. So while he does a hot sex thing with the town here, we'll switch over to the next episode. So join us next time on 2PlayerStart Unlisted.
Sweet. I got some food off of what looks like probably multiple days old carcass. I'm sure it's still good.
Oh yeah, dude. If you throw some pepper on that, that's not the fairy. That's not the. What are you doing?
Ferrets cost like $5.
For real? Oh god.
Fine.